Delighted to have you with us as always. A really important topic today, why you must avoid difficult clients in your freelance business, and it's really important why you do so. I'm going to explain why it's important and then also how you can ensure that you avoid these type of clients as well. So first of all, just to really hammer home the point, one difficult client can really derail your entire freelance business, and I'll explain why that is. Let's say for example you have 4 or 5 clients, okay, and 4 of those clients are going really well and your 5th client is the one difficult client. What will happen is not only will that become a frustrating process with that one client, they will drain your time and energy and take away from your other successful clients. So the 4 clients you have a good relationship with, where things are working very well, because of this one difficult client, you're going to end up spending so much time dealing with that. Also emotional effort, energy, draining kind of feeling you're going to get off the back of that difficult client relationship, and that's going to negatively impact your other client relationships, the ones that you want to keep, the ones that are going really well. And sometimes what it can lead to is, if you let it go on for too long, is that the clients, the good clients, start to get a feeling of they're not being a priority as much anymore. You're not spending as much time on them. They're not seeing the quality and quantity of output they were expecting from you, and then they can start to ask questions and potentially even leave, and you put yourself in a really difficult situation just because of this one difficult client that you're struggling to manage. So that's why it's absolutely crucial you deal with it, because it can completely derail your whole freelance business, as I say. And if you don't jump on it quickly, you're going to have some serious regrets and actually really miss out on opportunities where you could focus more time and effort on your existing clients and actually trying to find some new client opportunities as well, which are a good fit. So I've touched on in another video, so I will link to that, about some of the red flags through the sales prospecting, because what you want to try and do is to avoid working with the client in the first place if you can, so that you don't sign any difficult clients, because during the sales process you've identified that they're not a good fit for you, and obviously you end the situation at that point before starting to work together. However, it can happen that some clients will slip through the net, if you like, of your sales process and start to show signs of being a difficult client. Those can be things like demanding significant amounts of your time, a lot of urgency with deadlines at the last minute, asking so many questions, more than would be of a normal basis, and a kind of a shift from that in the sales process to asking too many questions now, or actually going the other way and being completely quiet. You never hear from them, you can't ever get in touch with them. That obviously provides some frustration as well. And of course you've got the payment element side of things of difficult clients, where they might pay you late or not pay you at all and make it very difficult for you. Again, another draining thing of having to go and chase the money and all that sort of stuff. So there's some of the things to watch out for. As I say, watch the previous video in the sales process, because if you can, you want to avoid getting to work with them in the first place, but then also identifying these things early if you do start to work with them. And now what you're going to do is, when you get to that point, you need to make a decision. You need to be quite firm with it. I would say most people are too late rather than too early. So think of it like that, is that you could be thinking of it earlier than you think, is to end that client relationship. If you just have too many problems that are arising consistently, the same things, it's becoming a real challenge, you're not enjoying the work, that's a really good indicator that you're working with a bad fit client, then you should stop that client relationship. Of course, you will do that professionally. You will explain to the client. You don't need to obviously detail any negative things to them. You just need to say it's not working out anymore, wish them all the very best. If you have notice periods or you owe them some work, complete the work, wrap up the payments, and if suitable, give them a direction of where they could potentially go next. But that's absolutely crucial. And then what you can then do, as I said earlier, with that new time that you found, is to do one of 2 things: is focus on your existing really good client base, make sure they're very happy, keep them working well, because they're going to be the foundation of your growth. And secondly, spending time working on new opportunities, new client opportunities, using the lessons you've learned from the difficult client to ensure that through your sales process and onboarding, etc., you are working with good fit clients in the future, and actually you can turn this into a really positive thing. So it does happen. You will find some difficult clients in your freelance career, and this is my view on how best to react to that. Finish the relationship early as possible professionally, and move on, focus on your existing clients and seeking new business.